Hello friends, welcome to a new video. Thanks for showing a great response on the last videos. If you're new on the channel, just subscribe to our channel by hitting the subscribe button. We keep uploading informative videos on this channel which covers a diverse set of sectors. If you have not seen our last videos, you will get a link in the description box or you can click on the I button as well. Today we will be discussing on the economic relation between India and China, and it's important to understand these relations between this standoff. In this video, we will be discussing upon the comparison of India and China's GDP. What is trade deficit? How China is strategically investing in Indian startups? And what is the effect on tourism industry? So in the first slide, you will see the GDP comparison. So what is GDP? So GDP is the measure of the value of goods and services produced by a country in a specific year. GDP is also an indication of how much an economy produces each year. GDP is dependent on four fundamentals. First is consumption, that includes the buying of basic amenities and services we use. Investment is just like buying a house or a company investing in setting up a new factory. Government spending, just like India is doing a huge investment in building the infrastructure, specifically roads and highways. Fourth is net exports and imports. This is called as trade deficit. We will talk about in next slides. So you can see in this slide, China is the largest in Asia and second biggest in accordance to the GDP, and they stand at $13.6 trillion. Whereas India is Asia's third largest and world's fifth biggest in GDP. That is $2.7 trillion. India has touched the $3 trillion GDP as well, but due to COVID-19, it has sharply declined. So you can see China has around 4 times worth of GDP in India, but India has a good growth rate. So what is the growth rate? We have to understand this growth rate as well. So growth rate is the percentage change in the value of goods and services produced by a country in a specific year. As per IMF, in 2019, growth rate of China is 6.1% and India was standing on the top with 6.2%. In 2020, in the first and second quarter, due to the COVID-19, most of the countries, they are looking for a negative growth. But India and China are the two countries, as per IMF, will see a positive growth. India will see 1.2% growth and China will be 1.1%. We termed as currently on positive, but there are negative growths as well. So if a country sees 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP, it is termed as recession. So you might see in next 2-3 quarters, many countries, they will also declare a recession in their countries. So in the next slide, we will try to understand the exports and imports. So you can see the exports of India to China are very less, but the imports are quite high. This shows that in past 5 years, China has maintained the difference of exports and imports. You can see that there is around 3 lakh crores of difference in every year, and it is not decreasing because China has a huge production capacity, and that's why they can also use Indian market. So this is one of the fundamental reasons why the GDP of India is lagging. So in next slide, we will see what is trade deficit. If you are following the debates, this word trade deficit has been termed many a times. So what is a trade deficit called? You can see when a country's import exceed its export during a given period, it is termed as negative balance of trade as well. So India, in previous slide you have seen that their exports are on the lesser side than imports. So there is a huge trade deficit India has. So this shows that we are dependent on China on many things. On many sectors are dependent on China. This is the major reason. So how we have to capitalize right now the corona age? So that's why Modi government, they have come up with Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is majorly focusing on increasing the capacity, increasing the production capacity with competitive quality and price. Because price is also a major reason why Chinese goods are in the market and doing quite well. So in the next slide you can see with a graph the trade deficit. So you can see the lowest is around 3 lakh crores and the highest is 4 lakh crores. So we have to decrease this in order to capture the market, in order to produce more. We will decrease this, but we cannot decrease this graph within months. So we have to do it very strategically. That's why the government has taken these steps, so we can do it strategically as well as along the years, because it's majorly they have maintained this difference for decades. So we cannot do it in 1 or 2 years. There should be a strategic plan which the Modi government is doing right now of majorly going for domestic products. So in the next slide we will see the Chinese investments. So FDI is one of the major focus of Modi government to get the fundings for Indian projects. China, before Modi government, they are also funding many companies. But in these last 5-6 years, which all sectors are major focus of Chinese government was the solar panels. Currently, the most affected by this Chinese standoff is the renewable energy sector, because the solar panels and cells have around 80 to 85% dependency on China. Other sectors like electrical equipment, hospitality, just like OYO, chemicals, edutech, Byju's, automotive, battery sector, because there is lithium ion batteries coming from. So these batteries are also coming from China. Telecom, you can see Huawei and ZTE, who were supposed to do the 5G in India, but now the contracts are cancelled. So in last 5 years, you can see there is around 1.81 billion FDI. It's 12,474 crores of FDI, or the investments come from China. But you can see it's very less. But Chinese, what they do? They usually play tricks. How to invest in India? Because if you see, the next step of Modi government might be of terminating all the fundings from China. So what they do? How they target the startups? In the next slide you will see. And it's a very informative slide for you as well. So in this slide, in last slide we have seen the investments. In this slide we are seeing that how they route their investments. So generally China, they route their investment through different located offices like Singapore, Hong Kong and Mauritius. So one of the example I have to give here is of Paytm. So Alibaba Group is the investor and they are from China, but the investment is coming from the Singaporean holding company. So as per Indian law, as per Indian Companies Act, it is not being recorded as Chinese investment. They are doing similar with Byju's, they are doing similar with Snapdeal as well. Whenever they have to fund Indian startups, they know that in future there might be some standoffs and their fundings will gone. So that's why they fund these companies through different holding companies, so that these investment will not be termed as Chinese. So this is the major strategy they are now developing, and they are using it from years. But now, as we know that the standoff is on a higher note, so Indian government has to strategize about this as well. So this is a major reason, because recently one of the banks, they also get funding from China. So Indian government, they have taken that step that we have every investment has to go through approval from government. So the next slide is majorly focusing on Indian people. So what is the easiest solution what Indian people see about this is that we can ban everything. We can ban each and everything, and China is also dependent on some of the factors on India as well, because India is a bigger market. The consumption rate is highest in the world. In the next slide I have to show this to you. So this is the tourism numbers, the arrivals, the number of arrivals in India or in China. So you can see from China to India it's very less. So very less professionals are coming from China to India. But Indians, they are going on a higher note. So you can see that around 2 lakh or majorly 1,80,000 in 2014. That many people are going to China, but around 7 lakh people are coming to India majorly. You can see. So you can see that many people from India, they are going to, that is a higher number. Around 7 lakh people in 2014-15 are going to China, and only 1,80,000 people are coming to India. So if we ban this tourism, from this graph we can see that it will have a major impact on China, because the arrivals in China is higher than in India. But in the next slide you will see the reality. This is the major reality we have to see. So you can see that Indians are going to China, the numbers are higher. But if you can see that what is the percentage, the Indian total arrivals are only 10.5 million in 2018, and for China it's 141.2 million. So what India is giving to China is only 0.06% of their tourist arrivals, and in India it's 2.67. So you can see numbers doesn't matter, only the percentage. Here the percentage of India is higher, but the people are less, because the tourism industry is not that grown in India. So this is a slide you can see. We have to develop the capacity first. We have to develop a different aspect for China. We have to develop our capacity with good quality, with cheaper rates. Then we can boycott China. We can boycott, but with strategy. What China is doing is using strategy. We have to also use strategy and create an alternative for the world. India can be a next alternative for the global thing. Many companies are coming to India. They are starting manufacturing units in India. So this we can do. So thanks for seeing this video. I will end this video here. And if you like this video, just hit to the like button. If you have any comments, you can also write your comments in the comment section. And also, if you are new on the video, you can just subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you.